I'm Chris. This is Alba. We are the progenitors of Ultralife Sport. We started the brand about, 9 years ago now, almost 9 years ago. We were a CBD brand when we first started, and we have since, over the past 4 or 5 years, taken all the CBD out of our products for multiple different reasons, mainly just because of legalities and, wanting to reach a larger platform. Um, we started getting really into biohacking, health and wellness through adaptogens, nootropics, really focusing on cognition, brain function, things like this. And so that's the type of products that we formulate and build. And we have a very simple ethos that is, if we won't put it in our own bodies, we're not going to sell it to you to put it into yours. So we put a huge emphasis in everything we do with the company on things being certified organic. We have a couple of things that are not, but pretty much overall across the board, by and large, all of our products are certified USDA organic, which we're really proud of. We go to great lengths to ensure that we have clean sourcing and that we put out products that actually mean something, that actually do what they're supposed to do and what they say they do. So again, going back to the deck here, clean ingredients, sustainability, products focusing on vitality, mindfulness in the wellness category. And if you take a look at other nootropics and other adaptogen, we use a lot of adaptogen mushrooms in our products, right? If you take a look at a lot of the other stuff on the market, you'll notice that our formulations are quite different and kind of, what's the word? A bit more forward thinking. I guess, yeah, it's forward thinking. It's right there in the deck. Forward thinking than a lot of other companies offering similar products out there. Also, we've gone through in the last year a complete rebrand of the look and feel of the products, of the brand itself, colors, imaging, everything. And we kind of feel like everything out there on the market that's sciencey looks too sciencey, and it all kind of like looks and feels the same. And we, we're artists in our own right as well, and we think that you can have fun with the product and still put it out there with scientific backing and a big scientific neuroscience sort of biohacking back end to this. So we have we have three different product categories. So the first one would be our newest category, which is drink mixes. So Mushboom is our flagship product. It is, I guess what you would say our biggest competition would be like Rise and
Mudwater.
Mudwater. And I'm proud to say, and anybody else that tastes or tries our Mushboom drink will tell you, wow, this tastes 1,000 times better than a Mudwater. So in formulating this product, we've been working with adaptogen mushrooms and other nootropics in our supplements, in our capsules, in capsule form for, almost, 10 years now formulating things. And when all these mushroom coffees started getting like really popular on the market, I tried them all. And what I found is that they all taste like ass, pardon my French. And they all have barely any superfood in them. So they're all touting themselves as this like superfood blend, this and that and the other. And they'll have like two or three mushrooms in it with like, 500 milligrams total of mushrooms or something. So I said to myself after trying a bunch of these, mainly the impetus for starting Mushboom was Mudwater. It's a terrible product and it's huge and it's out there and everybody's drinking it, and everybody that I talk to that drinks it says, I only drink it because I think it's good for me. I don't like the taste. I'm only drinking it because I think it's in some way good for me. So we've sort of like raised the bar on that, and we have actually 7 mushrooms in ours. So we take all of the adaptogen mushrooms. We call it the Sacred Seven, or you could call it the Stamets Seven. So it's lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, chaga, turkey tail, maitake, and shiitake. So between all of those mushrooms, you're hitting everything from um,
4,000. I mean,
oh yeah, so we have 1,000 milligrams in each cupful in each serving, And we're actually using an organic 4-to-1 extraction. So it's really like having 4,000 milligrams of mushrooms in every cup, which is by far and above more than any other company on the market offering a similar product has. So, across those 7 mushrooms, we're not just putting lion's mane and cordyceps in there for, um, you know, uh, cognition and focus. We're putting in, immunity mushrooms. We're putting in energy. We're putting in lungs, heart, hair, skin, nails, eyes. Like there's literally something in all of these mushrooms that helps your body in like almost every single part of your body in some way. And we're giving you an actual therapeutic superfood dose of those mushrooms. So the next product that I want to showcase, it sort of came after we developed Mushboom, and that started getting a good following. People were really into it. We're huge fans of matcha. And we go get matcha all the time, and there's this coffee shop that we go, and they have a really good coconut matcha. And that was sort of the impetus for Mush Zoom, which actually it's changing names. So we found when we were trademarking the name, we got to the very end of the trademark process, and we realized that there was already a company that has some like mushroom chips or something called Mush Zooms with the Z. And so the trademark commission said you could get it, they might not give it to you. So we decided to change it, and it's going to be coming out shortly called Mush Move, MOOV. So and this is our matcha. This is our coconut matcha version. It still has 1,000 milligrams of the 4-to-1 extract, Sacred 7 mushrooms. Um, it is caffeinated where the other one is not. So the Mush Boom is sort of like a coffee alternative. And I suppose you would say the Mush Move is still a coffee alternative in the way that people that are trying to get off coffee and not have the jitters and like the nervous system dysregulation that too much coffee can cause. The Mush Move is still going to give you a lift with a little bit of caffeine in the matcha, but it's going to be much less jittery and it's going to be more sustained, clean energy. Um, and then we do have Adapto Shroom as well, which is literally for the people who don't want a pre-mixed drink, but they want to get all of those adaptogen mushrooms. This is literally just the 7 adaptogen mushrooms in one package with a scoop. So you can add this to your coffee, to your shakes. You can bake it. We actually bake with these things a lot. So if we make some cookies or something like that, we'll oftentimes bake some mushrooms in there for extra health. And so that's kind of a spotlight on our drink mix products. A couple of our supplement products that I want to touch on really quickly. We make a lot of, well, actually, let's talk about the muscle rubs really quick, since that's where we're at in the deck. So we make really great, all organic, 100% USDA certified organic muscle rubs. The base of these starts with organic shea butter, so we're not using any type of refined shea butter or anything like that that most like lotions and creams and most other muscle rubs on the market will come with. Everything here is completely and totally natural across the board. When we first started the company, our first 2 products was a hot and a cool muscle rub. And of course, those involved CBD because we were a CBD-based brand at the time. But we've since taken the CBD out. This still does have hemp oil in it, and amongst other many other essential oils. And the cooling muscle rub is amazing for, after workout, after training, when you're sore, when your muscles are sore. And the hot muscle rub, it gets really, really fiery hot. It's not for the faint of heart. It works amazingly for during sports workout. You put that on if you have like I deal with a compressed L4, L5S1, and I'll get sciatica and I get a really tight back oftentimes, and I'm a road cyclist, so I'll go out and I'll ride 70 to 100 plus miles at a time on my road bike, and you come back from a day like that and your back is just thrashed. And what I've noticed in developing this product is the difference between going out and riding 20 miles and coming home and feeling thrashed or going out and riding 100 miles and coming home and still feeling fresh and being able to go around about the rest of my day, not being so stiff. So the hot muscle rub is really rad in the way that it really heats up once you start working out. So if you're out hiking, if you're out biking and
running.
you're running, whatever you're doing active, as soon as you start to sweat, your pores open and this starts to soak in. And again, it's only natural stuff in here, but it's got a little bit of chili seed oil in it, organic, and that has natural capsaicin in it. So all the other muscle rubs on the market have sort of like a pharmaceutical grade capsaicin, which is extracted and made of other things and synthetic things. So we're proud to offer a really great set of muscle rubs that are 100% organic across the board.
But
So a couple other products that I want to highlight really quickly is we're really good at making nootropics and very meaningful nootropic combinations. Our two main nootropic products are called Gamma and Alpha. We used to have another one called Beta, but it's actually getting reworked as we speak because it had a little bit too much niacin in it and it was flushing people a bit. So Alpha is 100% natural. So alpha has a lot of different ingredients in it. So it has a little bit of anhydrous caffeine and just only 25 milligrams, just like a quarter of a cup of coffee. Now, anhydrous caffeine has a little bit different thing about it than regular caffeine. It doesn't cause the spike and the crash, and it's actually more powerful in a smaller amount. So, and added together with L-theanine, with the caffeine, it creates a very balanced nootropic effect that really causes no spike and crash. So that's kind of the difference between a cup of coffee and a cup of matcha tea. The matcha tea is going to lift you up about the same as the coffee, but it's going to not be a spike and a crash. It's going to be a real like smooth sine wave on there for you. So this also has things like cordyceps and lion's mane, ginkgo, gotu kola, lemon balm. This has terpenes in it. It's got a whole B vitamin complex and Shilajit. If you guys are familiar with Shilajit, Shilajit is a mineral pitch that comes from millions of years of plants getting crushed between shale rock layers, and it's basically pure humic and fulvic acid. And that will peel the crust off your pineal gland. It gives you amazing energy. It helps remineralize the gut and turn on the microvilli in the lining of the gut. So anything that you actually put it with, it actually makes it stronger. So if you drop some Shilajit in a cup of coffee and drink it, it'll actually feel like you drank a cup and a half or 2 cups of coffee because what it does is it really activates the gut and the microvilli, those little guys lining our gut, and you actually uptake more nutrients, more supplement, whatever you're taking, whether it's food or supplement, you actually uptake more of that right from the stomach without it having to go through your digestive tract. So we use Shilajit in quite a few of our products. The next one is Gamma that's up on the screen here. So Gamma is actually a synthetic nootropic. So this only has 3 ingredients. It's got aniracetam, alpha GPC, and Shilajit. And aniracetam is a really awesome nootropic developed by Russian scientists in the early 80s, primarily for their sports programs when we had the big Russia, USA, Cold War conflict, sports games. It was like a big rivalry. So they developed the racetam group of compounds during this time. And a couple of them are actually banned in pro sports because they are so performance enhancing. Aniracetam is not banned in any pro sports, but it does create amazing cross connection between the right and left hemispheres of the brain. It brings extreme focus and cognition. In doing so, it has a very cholinergic action to it. So it burns all the choline in your brain. So we actually put alpha GPC in this as well to give it more fuel, basically more bioavailable choline, as alpha GPC is the most bioavailable version of choline. And then this also has Shilajit in it to make it more absorbable. So fun fact about this product is in our community and the people who love this product, it's affectionately known as Radderall because we've had many, many people tell us that this product brings them the same focus and attention and concentration that Adderall did in college when they were studying. And they used to use Adderall for studying. Without any of the crash, without any of the side effects, you can literally take this product every single day with no side effects. Um,
Mm.
it's amazing. We sell tons of this. It's probably our most popular product overall. One last product I just want to focus on really quick is the Red Rocket. And this is our answer for the guys to Viagra and testosterone shots and all such other things. So Red Rocket is a 100% purely organic botanical blend of testosterone booster. So if you're familiar with what's his name? I'm forgetting his name now. Huberman, Andrew Huberman. He's a scientist. He works at Harvard. He's well known. He has a blog. He has a YouTube channel. He's very famous for especially for men's health. And he's done an entire podcast episode on almost every singular
Ingredient.
ingredient and constituent of this. So this is loaded with boron, cistanche extract, which is actually an African herb and sort of like affectionately known as cistanche in your pants. That's what they call it. This also has Mondia wittii, which is another African herb. And this has mucuna, which is actually a great mood booster. And actually for the guys, it's a mood booster for men and women, but for the guys, it actually helps boost natural testosterone, free testosterone. And then this also has Tomcat Ali, which is also known as Long Jack. And then this also has the Shilajit in it, which also happens to be testosterone boosting.
But
So
also women can take it as well.
also women can take this as well. It is hormone balancing for both men and women. A lot of women actually take this when they go to the gym. A lot of women who are going through menopause like to take this because their progesterone and testosterone levels are super low, and that causes hot flashes and many other perimenopausal and menopausal symptoms. So we actually have a lot of women taking this, and we've kind of by popular demand, we are actually working on a women's formulation for this. Or sort of a counterpart to go along with Red Rocket for the women. So it's not just boys fun over here. So that's kind of a good overview of, I think, the like our kind of flagship products.
Mm.
And yeah, we're really excited to be with the Shoply platform and really excited to start plugging in with some influencers, some brand affiliates or brand partners, as it were. And yeah,
Mhm.
excited to be here.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. I love some of those products and I love how real you are in explaining how they taste. I appreciate that because a lot of people will always say, "Oh, it tastes great," but it never does. So I'm just sharing my screen here. I know you went through some of the products, but you know, this looks incredible. I love how it all looks on the screen here. The packaging is amazing. Where do you guys ship to? I know is a big question I can see coming through the Q&A.
Currently we ship anywhere
In the
in the
US.
US.
Hmm.
We have capabilities of shipping outside the US as well. Nothing that we really make is banned anywhere. The aniracetam, I think, is somewhat controlled in some places, and that's not an FDA approved substance, but it's not illegal and it's not contraband to have that or anything. So I believe we can probably ship anywhere.
But as
Okay,
of
well look,
now,
we can have those discussions, outside of this call, but I think you've done an incredible job taking everyone through the background. I think it's always important for people to understand how a company came about. That creates that relationship. And it's here, guys. So it's under Ultralife Sport. These are all of their products. Um, and this just goes to show the importance of understanding and doing these merchant showcases because whilst I had, I knew of Ultralife Sport and I was talking to you guys, it wasn't until I sat down and looked at all of these products and looked at all the ingredients in the product that I was like, wow, These are absolutely incredible products with some of the best ingredients, I've seen in a product category. So amazing work. I'm glad you could be part of the call to showcase it to everyone today. And I thank you for being part of Shoply, and I look forward to continuing to work with these guys. If any questions, if you out there listening have any questions for Chris and Alba, do send them through to our support and we'll make sure we get them answered for you. But they're ready and waiting for you guys to jump on and purchase, whichever one tickles your fancy, and we'll look forward to doing business with you guys. Thanks so much for being part of today's call.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.